really not that good.
Yo, Rodrigo. Why don't you change that to our other favorite station? Hell yeah. Shout out to Kirk Dyer, Stephen Moeller, Eric Hanna. The boys are the shit. And the rest of the WCB crew.
Where did this podcast go? Straight to hell. Yeah, speaking of hell, check out East Coast.
Welcome back, my family. This is the East Coast Bowhunting Podcast, bringing you a special episode. We get back to the basics and talk ABCs of archery with Gary Hall from D&amp Custom Arrows, as he talks about his story of the art of archery in episode 14. Gary Hall, the trad life. I'm your host, D-Rock, here with my merry men, Trev,
Ryan.
We are chilling at the Slayer Studio in Coventry, Connecticut, hiding in the mountains of God's heaven. Thank you to our sponsors, Shabin Brewing, the Hunter's Beer, 100 Demons, East Coast hardcore music known worldwide. Find their merch at www.shopshogun.com. Trev's Euros on Facebook, CT Bowhunting, CT's #1 source for bowhunting. Presented by Nor'easter Game Calls. Get them in close at www.nor'eastergamecalls.com. We are here as always for new and old hunters by sharing our experiences in the woods through playing and slaying. What's up, my brothers?
What
is up?
What is up, D-Rock?
I don't know, Trev.
Shabin.
Man, that sounds like a fresh one.
Dude, we got some new Shabin in the house. We have the Puff Puff Pass.
Oh, that is good stuff.
Shabin again.
Now, Trev, you haven't even tried that yet, right?
Oh, yeah, I already got one. This one actually I cracked for
you
because
got the fourth one.
Yeah.
How do I get that beer back from you?
I don't know, but you're going to be pretty pissed because the simple fact of that there is no more
stuff.
John beer in the brewery.
I got the last one right here.
Do you?
No, you got to drink this Puff Puff Pass.
Oh, okay.
It's Puffin' Pass.
Puffin'
Let me
Pass.
Got a little
from
penguin passing the basketball.
I'll tell you what, though.
Whoa. Puffin' Pass. Don't get the wrong idea. They playing basketball.
Yeah.
They not passing something else. Dirty minds. What's
But
wrong
they're-
with you guys out there?
That's right.
Thinking the wrong thing. What do you think? We're ethical hunters.
No, well, D-Rock, you
But
also
when we're out of the woods, we're ourselves. So that's what happens.
I believe puffin is a kind of bird, and those are the kind of birds that are on the can also. So they are puffins
Right.
passing a basketball around into a basketball hoop that says Shabin on the back. So Shabin basketball hoop.
I started off with that cranberry yum yum.
How was that?
Did it taste like Thanksgiving?
That's the Thanksgiving taste in your mouth. It's a sour cranberry.
Woo!
Thanksgiving, yeah.
Fuck.
For some reason, I looked at Ryan the porn star when you said that.
Yeah, the yum yum cranberry.
Thanksgiving in your mouth. I was like, Ryan?
I haven't even taught you guys that move yet. You old ladies are still waiting for it. You old ladies are still waiting for it. Don't worry.
That was good. That was good.
What
I
are we
like that
gonna
one.
do?
Ryan is back.
Oh,
All right.
my.
So episode 14. Let's cut right into it. We got a lot to talk about this episode. So we're
I'm
gonna
excited to get Gary on the phone.
Oh hell yeah!
This is
Hell
awesome.
Yeah. So am I. I never got the pleasure to meet the dude, but he sounds cool as shit. And you know what? He's full of knowledge. This is gonna be knowledge packed in a different type of way. This is more focused towards the veterans, but he has great tips for the newbies too.
I'll tell you what, and not even that, but the man is doing something that we don't do. You know, he's a longbow traditional bow hunter, and he travels all over and hunts different things. I mean, he's got a vast variety of trophies underneath his belt, all the way from partridge, all the way up to
Got a couple elk hunts coming up or whatnot.
I think he's working on the elk hunt. Yeah, the elk hunts. But
living
I mean,
that trad life.
I mean, he's got to have 20-something trad whitetails on the book. So,
But you know what, Trev? To add on to that, Gary makes the equipment that we use.
day in and day out.
He's an arrow builder. He builds our arrows that we use. Gary lives it. He lives it. He builds these custom arrows.
I don't go in the woods without Gary.
Hell
Gary's
yeah.
always
Fuck
with
yeah.
me every
Oh,
single
yeah.
day
Yeah,
with the arrows. I mean, I shoot. I said to him, I said, Gary, I want a really good set of arrows. I said, I got, I had a bunch of sets from you before. I said, I need the best of the best, and he hooked me up with a set of hexes. And I mean, I picked up 14 yards on my HHA single pin ultra light. I actually picked up 14 yards on that, just with him tuning my bow and getting the right arrows on that. So I mean, he knows his stuff, and to reach out to him and get a hold of him at D&amcustomarrows.com, and he'll do you right, and he'll make sure you got everything you have.
Trev, that elite of yours is just silly, man. That thing is super fast.
It does shoot fast.
People like shooting at a target,
Shooting
and I'm like
darts.
looking down, all of a sudden the arrow's just there. Right, that thing is super fast. That
Hey
thing
man,
is crazy.
what I'm looking forward to is the deets. He's got the inside
Yes,
scoop.
He does.
He knows some stuff that we don't even know yet, and I'm excited to try that. We got to talk in a little bit here in the studio before we hooked up, and he's got a lot to say. So you guys need to just tune in, because this is something to be said.
Just stay with us.
And we got the giveaway a little bit later. We're going to do that on live, so make sure you tune in for that. We'll go on live for a Facebook giveaway, not the IG. If you haven't signed up for the giveaway on IG, make sure you check us out.
That's next week.
Next Monday, we're going to do that live on IG. Check us out at East Coast Bowhunting Podcast. IG, Twitter, Facebook, in your back pocket where your phone is located.
Hey, don't we do
In your
Tumblr
head, because when you're not listening to us, you're thinking, when I listened to that last episode, I really liked it. Well, maybe.
Yeah.
Don't we do Tumblr
I think
also?
Ryan's giving a special giveaway on Twitter. I mean, not Twitter.
I thought we did Tumblr too.
No. What the fuck is that? That swipe
Bootycall.com?
No, booty call. No.
Oh,
He's got
Tinder.
He's got a special.
It's been a
Swipe
while.
right.
It's been a while since I've been on
Yeah.
Tinder. I've been on Tinder.
He's got the special giveaway on the.
No,
on the,
I've been on
tin.
Tinder in almost a year here, bro. No,
I do have to say, I
was on Tinder for a little while. But that's 2018 for you, man. That's good technology.
Yeah.
That's good technology.
Hey, Ryan.
No, it's been a while.
Ryan,
What's up?
I would swipe right on you, bro.
Thank you. I appreciate.
Swipe right.
I appreciate that.
I'm like possible keeper,
That's a
So let's cut
Appreciate that.
into it, man.
Yeah, what
let's
do we
cut
got?
into it.
What's-
Past week recap. So actually, let's start with Ryan. Past
Oh
week.
man.
A little blip. What happened in past recap?
Oh man, rough week.
Well, let's go play by play. I mean, you're a fast talker. Let's go.
How fast do you want me to talk?
No, not that. I don't want to be the micro machine guy or anything like that.
I can't talk
But-
that fast, anyways. But no,
Yeah.
tough week, man. I only got out, I think, 3 days total. My days off, a couple mornings, but
Yeah, but there was some excitement things. You were telling me about the scrape that you had behind your stand and stuff, and that the deer came in and they've been hitting that, and so you got some active sign
Yeah,
and
so I
stuff like
did-
that.
Tell us about that.
Well, I didn't see any deer while I was in the stand, but I did spend all of my downtime that I wasn't working. My girlfriend's not very happy about it, but I
I
spent
think
all.
that's going around.
Yeah,
you'll see her.
it's right.
You see her in February,
going
bro.
around.
Yeah, that's what I told her. That's
Get
what I
it
told
done.
her. So I
That's
mean,
a sickness hunters deal with.
right?
Whitetail
right.
hunters,
Exactly.
they deal that.
You got
It's going around.
Once about
contagious.
about
That's it.
Christmas comes around, I'm back around. So it'll happen. But I didn't see any deer in the field, but went out to my land and I had a scrape that I made. I'll be honest with you guys. Everyone's like, you hear the old timers talk about they piss in scrapes. You know what? And I'm like, I did it. It's my own property. I got nothing to lose. I can't get, no harm, no foul. So I said, whatever. I want to piss in this scrape. Make a little scrape, piss in it. I went back in the snow the other day, and it was freshly scraped. They were kept making that scrape through it. So my mock scrape was working there. Didn't see anything that morning, but Trevor and I hunted hard this morning. It was supposed to rain here in Connecticut this morning, so we
Yeah,
decided.
but it held out.
we decided we weren't gonna deer hunt because it was supposed to be cold, wet, nasty rain. We don't.
He woke up late.
Well, yeah, I did. So I woke up. My girl wakes me up. And
Why'd
goes,
you wake up late though?
Apparently, my phone was Well,
Being a bad boy?
I dropped you
D-Rock
off,
knows.
Trev. I dropped you off, Trev. So you were partying too.
Oh shit! Wait, whoa! Let me interrupt for a second. Ryan the porn star.
Drinking beer.
No.
I like that.
Ryan the porn star was the designated driver.
Yeah, of course.
That's how you know you're fucked. That's how you know you're fucked.
Oh, come
Oh
on.
my god!
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
No, my phone just died, and last thing you know, I woke up, and my girl goes, "Hey, you going hunting? It's 5:00 in the morning. I was supposed to be at Trevor's at 4:45." So I look over, I grab my phone. My phone's just
4:30.
off. My phone's just off. So then I turn my phone on, and I get a text from Caddy Cowboy. He was going with us this morning. We were gonna duck hunt because it was gonna be bad weather to try to track a deer, shoot with a bow, and we strictly bow hunt. It's not like we're going out shooting with a rifle in the neck and dropping them. We're bow hunting.
Right.
So
right.
we don't ever risk shooting a deer in the pouring rain and losing that blood trail and losing the deer. So we were gonna go duck hunting. So wake up, I got a text message from Caddy Cowboy going, no response from Trevor. Where are you? And next thing I know, I call Trevor and
Big time.
oh yeah, and here I am. I'm all of a sudden I'm here. I'm bombing down the cornfield and the. What do you got there, Trev?
Puffin',
Puffin', puffin',
Bass. I'm bombing down the cornfield in my truck. Meet down there. Caddy Cowboy picks me up at the side by side.
Mind you, he's hungover as fuck.
Oh, I was wicked hungover.
Yo,
My phone
take
was
a
shut off.
play by play when you start putting on the decoys. Just so all the newbies can get a mental picture.
Oh yeah, quick.
as well as our listeners.
No, so what happened was the ducks started coming in, and they couldn't see our decoys because it was so dark out and there was no movement. and
Trevor
this,
put him
that,
in
and
the
other
grass.
thing.
He had no. Hang on.
But I had
Trevor
him, like,
came out.
logically.
Hold on. Let's
hang
hear
on.
Ryan. We'll get to you in a
I
second.
woke up late and I finally
gonna
get a
miss the
text
good part.
message from Trevor saying, no, hang on. I finally get a text message from Trevor saying, hey, do you mind if I come get the decoys out of the back
That's
of your
not what I
truck
said.
at
I
my
said I'm
girl's house?"
coming to get the
Yeah,
fucking
something
decoys.
like that. So this dude came to my girl's house, got the decoys out of the back of my truck, didn't bother calling her, didn't bother knocking on the door, nothing. He just sneakily grabbed these decoys out of the back of my truck and drove all the way back to where he came from.
'Cause I
I'm
was
bro,
like-
you didn't try to bother waking me up. I made it on time, but
That is kind of fucked up, Trev.
yeah.
What's up with that?
I have
I swear to-
no. I have literally came to this place we are at right now in Trevor's home in
Slayer
the Slayer
studio?
studio, and I have walked into his home at 4:00 in the morning and had to knock on his bedroom door to have his
I didn't-
wife wake up to yell at him to
I'm
wake
like-
up to come out.
I don't care.
So
I'm
you
like, he got
can-
fucking drunk last night, and I really don't even care. I'm like, he got sabotaged. And they turned off his phone. So then we set up all the decoys, and Ryan's like, "Yo, how deep is it?" I'm like,
He says
"It's
pretty
not
shallow."
that-
He
yeah,
says it's pretty
not
shallow
that
is what he
deep.
says.
It's pretty shallow.
I got my
He goes, "All right,
waders
I'm gonna
on."
move some of the decoys." So I turn the other way, and all I hear is, motherfucker falls face first right into the water and starts swimming. All I hear is, that was him
That was just
trying
face
to catch
first.
his breath.
Oh, snap.
Not only that, but the first time that he hunted last year, opening day, he did the
Yep,
same
same
fucking
property.
thing.
So now I
Same
was.
time.
Was he hungover then too?
No,
Probably.
no. That was just a Russian. We were killing ducks hard
Yeah,
that morning.
that was
But
rough.
so I've been a diehard duck hunter for years. I've always duck hunted, and I've never ever gotten wet, like falling into river or swamp or ocean. Every
Unless
time
you
I
were
ever-
filming, right?
No, until last year.
No, I'm
Last
saying you
year.
never got wet unless you were filming, right?
I think I cannot duck hunt with Trev and Caddy Cowboy at the same time because
I
that's
think
when
he's
I fall
ignoring
in.
the question.
No, I think I can't. They cannot both be there at the same time. That's the only time I've
So-
ever fallen in.
Are you into you love animals, don't you?
Yeah, love-hate relationship.
Oh, okay.
I love
I
to
love
eat
them
them.
next to my mashed potatoes.
Yeah, I
and
love to
watch
eat
them
them.
walk
I love
away.
to eat them. I love to kill them, but I hate them enough that I'm gonna put them on my table. I don't know. I love them. Love animals. When I look at a deer, I look at it as, man, you look delicious.
Yeah, he'll
I'm
be
gonna
in the
eat you.
passenger seat.
Yeah.
Like, yo, that thing's
We'll
so
see a big
delicious.
old. We'll see like a nice basket rack 6-pointer, just a good hefty body. I'm like, man, that's a good eating buck right there. That thing looks delicious, you know.
Porn star Ryan wants
Yeah,
to eat
I
everything
eat
else.
that.
So let's switch to
I'm
Trev.
a meat hunter. Yeah, Trev, what do you got?
I hunted pretty hard. as always. Tough.
As always,
Yeah.
stuck up motherfucker.
Yes.
What do you mean as always? As always, because right now it's your season that you have a lot of home
That's
time.
it.
That's why,
So,
as always.
I've
All of our
seen
dreams,
deer.
little bastard.
I've seen deer, but it's been tough just to seal the deal, and no big shooters or nothing. I mean, I was up in the stand the other day, and of course I'm coming home and the spy point hits, and there's a fucking shooter in one of the fields. Like, you know, I can't win. Things just aren't collaborating. Like today, for example, 3 deer walking in, jump one. Walking out, jump another one, come to the truck, the fucking thing runs by the truck. I mean, like, where do I win here, you know? I go to camp. I stop at camp. The landowner's there. I say, hey, how was your day? Good. Hey, on the way here, I just saw a fucking 160 drop tine walk across the field. Oh, great, thanks.
He's got,
Are you serious?
A foot,
You know, like,
long
it's just-
drop time on it. Foot
it's-
long drop time.
You know, it's just one of those things. I can't put in enough time to make it happen, and it is what it is. But I mean, I'm hoping this week that, you know, it comes together and it all works out. And I don't know.
It will, man.
I can't.
It will.
It's
It'll definitely
tough.
come around.
It's
Yeah.
gonna happen, but you know, and on the same instance though, I'm getting scared because we only have like 4.5 weeks left of the
Right.
season.
No worries,
Right,
man. No
right.
worries.
No, I'm in
We-
the same boat, Trev.
We
hunt our ass
work
off.
too hard and we hunt hardcore to the point it's gonna happen. It's whitetail hunting. That's what happens. Is whitetail hunting. You're not gonna kill it every single year, because if that was the case, everyone would do it.
You know, and Kurt Geyer, he says it the best. He says the years that you don't do good make up for the years that do, or
Right.
something along those lines.
It makes
learn
you
the most,
appreciate
You know, yeah,
It makes you appreciate
does.
it.
You learn the most on your years off because you're fighting hard to find those deer. You're fighting hard to see those bucks to get a shot off, and you're learning so much. You're learning new property.
Exactly.
You're learning the
Seeing
signs
more
of the
sign, you
deer.
notice more stuff. You
Right.
start bumping out more
Right.
deer. I mean,
Yeah.
that's part of
So
learning.
It sucks not to kill a big deer in a year, but you learn so much more fighting to try and find those deer. And
The
learn their
bad
patterns.
years make up for the good ones,
Right.
and we'll see what happens. I mean, we still got a lot of
So
time.
what do you take away from last week? What do you take away from last week?
Last week,
In a positive way, what do you take away?
you know,
Because you
just-
hunt hard.
just keep on keeping on, you know, just keep doing what you're doing, and it's gonna end up happening. It's just a matter of time and when it does.
Be there.
And sitting down, I mean, I sat down with the landowner for about an hour today and talking, and he was like, you know what, Trev? He goes, I've hunted this land my entire life, and if things were a little bit different with the fruits of the forest, then it would have been a better year for us. And you know what? I'm kind of thankful that it wasn't a very good year, because I think I would have took it for granted. So for me having to work and understand the land and take it piece by piece and learn it that way, I think when it does come together, it's going to be all worth that while, because I actually earned it. And
Hopefully
it
at
wasn't
Christmas.
it wasn't just handed
Yeah.
to me.
Right.
Well
You know what
said,
I'm
Trev.
saying?
Well said.
And
Well said.
hard
I
earned.
agree. Yeah.
It's tough, and it's a hard thing to fucking swallow. It really, truly,
It is.
honestly is. And hearing, you know, from the Ghost Hunter and a bunch of other hunters that are some phenomenal hunters, and not being able to seal the deal this year is probably one of the hardest things that I've heard in a long time.
It's going
you know,
around.
It's really
going around this year.
It's really eating people up. But you know what?
Well, it's the year of appreciation, is what it is.
It is.
Unless
And
you got the right property, then
I'm
you gotta have a
excited.
food source. You gotta have a huge food source.
I have brand new D&M custom arrows that I just want to fucking send in the cage of a deer, and it's just not happening. You know what I'm saying?
Hell
It is
yeah.
what it is. But so, what happened with you, D-Rock? What happened this week for you?
Well, this past week, I mean, we're all working class for your ass, and we just try to get it in when we can. I mean, all of us can relate.
You came and hunted the private with me on Saturday,
Yeah, I finally got around.
which Ryan has not even hunted that private, and he put in work on that stick
Oh, no kidding.
on Funk.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
well, I literally built a food plot there this year. I raked the dirt from mine and Trevor. Trevor was sick or hurt or something.
No, what happened was I was
I don't know
raking
what it is.
yours.
It was.
I was raking yours,
Yeah.
and then I pulled my back. But
Right.
Yes, I
D-Rock, so
raked
what
all the-
happened
yeah.
there?
No, it's all good, because you know what? I definitely was humbled at the fact that you brought me to this certain spot, because you could already tell right away. as soon as I'm getting to the trees, I mean, you know, the three of us do a really good job, especially all of us being on one hunting app. I'm not going to shout out the hunting app that we're on because we're not sponsored by them yet. So, I mean, you want to be sponsored, hit us up.
Yeah. What's up?
I'm just saying.
shout you
I'm
out.
trying to stay positive.
I love that app.
Trying to stay positive. Not maybe borderline cocky. All
love
right,
that
I'll
app.
bring it back. So if we get a hunting app sponsor, that would be the shit. Anyways, that's the way to communicate with our newbies or older hunters that want to get back in the game for whatever reason life drew you away from the woods. Come back. We all want to help you. We're all out there. The hunting community is a brotherhood and sisterhood of great people that love to share their experiences and help you out when they can. Obviously at their convenience, because we're all human. We all have a life to live, but look up your local hunter that you know. I mean, Uncle Jim, you know? You know, Susie Q killing it, and you can't get a buck. I'm just saying. So what I was getting back to is the three of us do a good job of linking up, and we do our homework before we go in. We look at topo maps, topography maps for the people that don't know all the
Just
lingo.
tuned in.
Is the topo maps according to wind and where it looks good, where you think bedding might be. If you haven't gone out to that land yet, like our situation this past week, is I finally did my homework, got my permissions, and dug in deep and got the inside scoop through just asking questions and getting to know people.
Shit, I forgot to bring out the fact that I saw a fucking 9 deer this week.
Between the two of us,
That's the first. That's the first deer he's seen. That's the first deer he's seen, bro. In like a month.
Those are a bunch of my deer that I finally got to see your neck of the woods. Because I kid you not.
Oh yeah, you never seen deer out here.
What's that?
You never seen deer out here before.
This was the first time.
Yeah.
Out on this neck of the woods.
Yeah, I saw.
Because at home, I mean, we all three know our lands well. We all three are not the best hunters, right? And we're all different skill levels. I'm at the lowest part of the totem pole. I could shoot, but as far as experience, I'm at the low end.
Well, you've seen just as many deer as Trev has this year.
I don't know. I saw 7 alone on Saturday.
Well, I think D-Box probably seen the same amount as you have.
And I could honestly say all 7 at that one time were does. But I can honestly say, no, for me personally.
Yeah.
What I'm getting at is we all do our homework, and that's what it takes. So let's not stick on the subject too much, but, you know, do your homework, and even if you do your homework well and apply what you learn into the woods and practice, or whatever it may be, even scouting, it's like you're going to figure out it takes hard work to succeed, just like anything in life.
Yeah.
So put in your time.
And as D-Rock is saying, I mean, as a summary of the week goes, is that we saw a deer.
Ton of deer.
It didn't connect.
No, it's gonna happen.
And that's part of it, and that's hunting. And if it was killing
no shooting lanes, wrong time.
It's
just be out there.
Pheasant hunters.
Be out there.
Yeah, it's just crazy. It's just get out there, do your due diligence. It's gonna come together. It's gonna connect. You just gotta connect the dots, and it's gonna happen. And
but you have to be out in the woods. So that brings us to the don't hate, congratulate.
That's right.
Social media is the biggest enemy to a hunter right now. And the only reason I'm saying this right now because social media is also the biggest help to a hunter, especially an organization or trying to get our point across, small businesses. I mean, that's the key. As much of a pro it can be, social media kills hunters only because they depict something that we're not. And what we are is we're trying to help the land live so we can continue doing the tradition of humans. And it's all, you know, not to get too deep into it, but I mean, we're all very passionate of the outdoors. Our ultimate goal, just like any hunter, is to live it outdoors and sustain. That's what it boils down to.
Do what you love day in and day out.
Yeah, so on social media, what I'm getting at, you see someone, especially a new guy, take something that you would pass on, congratulate him. Don't hate, congratulate.
Nice job, well done. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Stick by those people. Those people are the future of this sport. And in talking to also somebody close and dear to us who was a past game warden, he was telling us today actually that he would check in one town alone, he would check over 200 pheasant hunters in one fucking day. And nowadays, you can, if you be lucky, to even hear 12 gunshots in that city.
that was
You know,
late 1970s. You said.
Yeah.
So those hunters aren't there anymore, you know, and don't scare off the newbie. Stick by those guys.
Yeah,
congratulate them.
Help
them. Talk to them and teach them, because those are the future of this sport. And if we don't stick together and we don't collaborate,
Especially bow hunters.
we're gonna lose this.
Bow hunters need to come back.
Absolutely.
I know right now some people, oh, it's just a fad. People get over it. Even though crossbows are making a comeback too. But you know what? Don't hate on, as if you're a bow hunter, don't hate on the crossbow guy. Because what if he's a rifle guy? What if he's a rifle guy, wants to try archery, and that's his transition weapon?
So what if I'm a trad guy? Can I make fun of the compound
Make,
guy?
Never.
if you're
Never.
no, in my eyes,
Never.
you can make fun. If you're a track guy, you can make fun of anyone else you want because
No.
you're doing a bare bones. You are bare bones doing it.
No, but you know what?
Wait. I
Make
disagree
fun of
with
anyone you
Ryan
want.
only because if you're a trad guy and you're still doing succeeding just as well as the compound guy, look at it this way: you have the one up. You don't have to say shit. Your actions show for it.
That's
Word.
it. And we
But
should
if
all
you-
stick
if you can
together
cut-
as arrow flingers. It doesn't matter how it comes out
Fling
of
an
the bow.
arrow.
We're flinging an
Yeah.
arrow, and that's it. It's not a bullet. You have, you know, we just got to stick together as
we-
a community
Right.
of hunters of
I mean,
of
we
archery hunters.
condone rifle hunters too. It's just our thing. Obviously, we're bow hunting, but we respect all hunters, trappers,
I don't care what you do,
anglers.
as long as you're not a bunny hugger. It
You
doesn't
got-
really
you
matter.
Trev
Let's
got in
not go
trouble
there.
with that.
You know,
Speak about social media where it gets you in trouble,
you
or
know,
it could be a con.
So I had shared a post
Trev's
about a
Blue
gentleman,
Press.
a 74-year-old gentleman,
Yo,
that's a
why don't
family
we-
friend,
Trev's Blue Press.
and he helped us out tremendously. I've bird hunted with him, so on and so forth. This gentleman went out and shot an absolute gorgeous 10-pointer. He left the scene. He dragged it out with his son. Got it out of the swamp. Put it on the edge of the railroad tracks.
He was a vet too, right?
He was a vet. He left to go to his granddaughter's school to get a reward as a Vietnam veteran, and somebody stole his fucking rack off his deer.
How fucked up is that?
They
cut it
found
off.
it.
They cut it off.
They cut it off.
They cut the rack
And
off. Just
it's
the
not even that
antlers.
they didn't even know it, because there was a fucking toe strap around his antlers. And so anyways, I posted it was publicly, and some bunny humping, hugging, tree hugging, loving somebody
Whoa!
decides
Yeah,
that it
keep
was
going.
a good idea
Don't
to
stop.
talk shit to me
This show is going to happen.
about being a hunter and how she didn't agree, and then this, that, and the other thing. So I got into this lady and I was like, listen, I said, do you even know where your meat comes from? Because they shoot that in the head too. And I said, you know, what I do is mine's at least free range. Yours is in a cage. I don't understand what I'm doing wrong. So we went back and forth, this, that, and the other thing.
Preach
and then
it,
one
brother.
other thing,
Preach it.
she was like, I don't need your help, blah, blah, blah. And then she just blocked me. But
See?
whatever.
That's
It is what it is.
the hunter's life.
That was the
It
best.
is what
The
it
hunter's
is.
life.
I
It's-
did it the best in the most logical, best way that I
Responsible.
possibly could. And
It's funny because when you
Fuck
tell
her.
I'm
I'm pissed.
it really moved. Look, his blood pressure went up. He's a little rosy now. I was like,
because it was ridiculous.
why were you friends with this lady?
I wasn't, because
Nah,
I shared it publicly so that would get further, and that's what ended up happening.
yeah. Well, you got to brace yourself for
Yo,
that.
before I get crazy, what is the next thing on the list?
Yeah, keep going.
Gun season tips for bow
Oh
hunters.
man,
Stay
can I start
away
with
from
that?
them.
Can I
Good
start
tip.
with that?
Good tip.
Do you mind? You mind if I
Go
start
ahead.
with that?
Yeah, go ahead.
Put some orange on, guys. Deer really don't see orange. As part of just the way their vision works. They work in shades, so orange doesn't stick out to them like it does to humans. Put some orange on. As long as you're sitting still in that stand, the deer are not gonna notice you. But if you can hunt,
But if you can get over 10 feet, then you don't need to have it anyway.
Right,
So
but
just in your travels from in and out, just wear it. There is other guys out there with guns.
Right.
They cannot be the smartest sometimes. And with the motions and so on and so forth, I've had some scenarios, but just wear your orange in and out of the woods. You get 10 feet up, take it off, especially here in Connecticut. But it's definitely not a scared thing.
So Ryan, you were saying.
Sorry.
Well,
I'm fired the fuck up.
I got nothing else to say. I have nothing else
Trevor's
to say.
still mulling over the lady.
Trev just ruined that one.
Just
So,
Just wear your orange,
well,
man.
I don't know if I just stole that from Trev or what, but yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Trev, he just stole it from me. So yeah.
All right.
Wear your orange, stay safe. A lot of gun hunters out there, and unfortunately, there's a lot of gun hunters that don't practice with their guns. They just go out and start shooting.
So
at
what
things.
season is it right now for all the?
I don't know.
all the
Why
people
don't
out
you
there?
ask Trevor? Because he seems to know about it.
It's gun season.
Yeah.
Gun
off.
season. So in Connecticut, what?
So we have our small
Shotgun
game
A.
season is open. Private landowner, private A right now until the 25th, and then I'll switch over to B season.
Okay.
Ryan taught me that.
And we're gonna hook that up, right? That's gonna get crazy.
No, the book taught him about it.
Yep.
What was that? Oh my god!
Uh-oh.
Already?
What the-
Damn,
what?
That's
Oh.
Come on, we're already there.
Where are we?
Ninja tip of the day.
week. I got the
Where are
first ninja tip.
Go ahead, ninja tip of the day.
Wear your
Trev's
shoes.
bloopers. Ninja tip of the day. Don't be Trev.
Yeah, that's it.
Trev, explain.
So I got to the spot. D-Rock was running a tad bit late. I was a little bit behind myself. Rushing. And my boots are always in my truck, but they weren't that day. I brought them inside for some reason. And I was wearing my shoes. I got there. D-Rock, yo, I forgot my fucking boots.
I'm
And
like, no worries. I know what to do.
yeah. So we had one pair of socks on. We loaded it up. D-Rock had a bushel of hand warmers, foot
And
warmers,
toe
back
warmers.
warmers.
Yeah, everything.
You name it, he had it. We made up our own
I live in the
boots.
desert. I go in the snow. I get killed. You know, it's cold.
That's it. We added a little bit of a shopping bag to it, extra layer, boom, 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 and we were in. Ninja tip of the day. But D-Rock, what's the actual ninja tip of the day?
Ninja tip of the day is on the crunchiest of snow. Try to step into footsteps that you might see, or look for wet snow.
Whoa.
Wet snow is softer, obviously less of a crunch, or step in the footsteps. On a frosty day, it's a lot less noise.
I find too if you step heel toe,
Yep.
that it's actually a little bit more
It is.
quieter.
Yep.
The only reason I know that is because my wife gets pissed when I walk around on the hardwood floors.
The
So I
reason
gotta
you know that is
heel
because
toe.
you are a ninja. You experienced the way of the ninja.
That's it.
What about you, Ryan?
What's your ninja tip of the day?
Yeah.
Well, play the wind. I mean, and just be.
Don't
observant.
pass it though.
No, no. Well, not while you're in the stand, at least. But no, just be observant though. You know, Trevor and I were getting ready this afternoon. I had to sneak off a little bit, do my business before we went into the woods.
So ninja
And,
tip of the day.
I came back out. Relax. I came back out. And Trev goes, dude, there's a doe watching us, and we're getting dressed, putting on our gear, and there's just a doe 80 yards away watching us, and we just watched her walk off. We're walking in the stand. We're not paying attention. All of a sudden, 20 yards away, she was standing right there the whole time, flagged us. Pay attention when you're walking in and out. We could have
Yeah.
smoked that though. We
And-
had no idea she was there, but she watched us the entire time we walked up. We walked up within 20 yards before she took off. So
The
pay
English
attention.
of what he was saying was we breathed the wind
No, yo,
as
bro.
we were walking in.
Right. That's what he's trying to say.
That's
For
what
all
I'm
you
trying.
people out
No,
there.
pay attention.
Hey, Ryan the porn
Always.
star. I mean, he takes certain supplements, makes him a little crazy, and it works.
As soon as you step in the woods, away from your vehicle, away from the road where it's legal, pay attention. The deer can be anywhere. They think you're
Yeah.
a hiker. They don't.
Right.
They don't bother. They don't run. Pay attention. You can get a deer anywhere.
That's
Cool. So before we get our boy on the phone, Gary Hall at D&amp Custom Arrows, make sure you look them up on any social network. I think mainly Facebook and Instagram.
Instagram is actually his
Yeah.
big thing.
Hey, you could
but
Google
Facebook,
him. You could Google him. He's all over Google.
D&M Custom Arrows.
Yeah,
Boom.
Gary Hall.
Get
I
him.
mean, he does some nice work. We're going to get him on the phone. But before we do that, I got to pay tribute to Pope and Young Club. They're running a raffle right now. It's $20 a ticket. You can contact your local Pope and Young measurer in whatever state you are, especially East Coast. Come on, we need to represent a little more. We got to show the rest of the nation that we have big deer, beautiful deer, and trophy deer. Again, I will mention this again. Don't be afraid. Step into the game. So the Pope and Young Club Fall Drawing, first prize to the sixth prize on a $20 ticket is a dream come true for any hunter. Trev, ask me what they got.
What do they got?
Yo, first prize, 6-day Northern Saskatchewan October whitetail
Excuse
hunt.
me?
Yo,
What?
6-day Northern Saskatchewan October whitetail hunt.
They got them big chocolate horn deers up there.
That's what I'm saying, the Canadian
yeah.
Trophy Quest. That value is over $4,000 for $20. I mean, you love to gamble. You like to go to the casino, Mohegan Sun in Connecticut, and you love to gamble. I'd rather put $20 into a raffle that I have better odds to live my dream versus $20 in a slot machine that might make me a millionaire. I know that sounds crazy, but I'm Mexican. So moving on, look, contact your Pope and Young measure. He might have more information for you that you
That's
might be
it.
in percent.
Yeah.
It might surprise you. So on that note, Trev, I just want to thank you for getting the connect on for Gary Hall. I know you guys known each other for a while. This is definitely a good move for Gary, just to get the word out and the knowledge, because that's where we're about, and we only know so much, so we need help from the rest of the hunting community to help us out. So
The other thing on top of that was the giveaway. The big giveaway here.
oh man, I was trying to get that for myself. Why are you doing this now?
Oh, Trev's
Yeah.
stealing it. Trev's stealing it.
So we're going to get into the giveaway, and this is specifically the Facebook post giveaway.
Yeah, because next week is going to be the Instagram giveaway.
That was a weird blip.
I don't know what's
What are you
going
crunching
here.
on your cable there?
No, it's
So-
probably because I'm fucking
He's
with
eating it.
shit.
He's hungry.
Always.
He's hungry. He's eating
Facebook
he's eating
giveaway.
the cable.
So the Facebook giveaway. Does anybody remember who we actually chose?
Yeah, of course. I know Ryan did because he wanted to hear it for himself.
I'm the one that flung through the names and picked it.
So just to explain it real quick, we put a post on Facebook and where we ran it as fair as we could. And basically we had Ryan the porn star just scroll through the page and point his finger down. I know Trev gave out certain details where it was a good idea, but we figured, let's change it up. And what we found is that Ryan the porn star knows how to choose it.
That's right.
So,
And
Ryan.
we just kind of did it simple, easy, and just had him play with it. And
Because that's what he does best.
Yeah.
What do you get at with here?
So what do we got? Who's the winner for the face?
hold on, I'm gonna go Facebook Live on this.
Okay, good transition.
So Facebook Live here on our Facebook, and we're gonna do the giveaway. Our big giveaway here. Facebook.
We all standing up. D-Rock standing up. These guys are all standing up. Should I stand up too?
I'll be your Vanna White.
So we have the big giveaway. Big giveaway in the studio here. So D-Rock is gonna show it off.
What do you got, D-Rock?
We got a North American heritage hunting knife.
Hunting club knife, yeah.
Very
Yeah.
nice knife.
Very nice knife. And that was given to us by Northeastern Game Calls.
Yeah.
Mark Buzzle gave that to us. Great knife. And also we had a very nice hat. I'm going to give you a Northeastern Game Call hat.
Pretty.
Pretty.
What else we got,
Does
Trev?
not fit
There
Mexican.
should be a flint
Sparklight.
sparklight and it's
Made by Schrade.
charade
Very nice.
survival kit.
Little survival kit. Very nice.
And
Matches
everything.
and
Compass. Rape whistle if Ryan the porn star is next to you.
Oh, hey.
Rape
Ow.
whistle.
Yep.
That's pure consent.
Hey. That was good. What else we got, Trev?
There should be a pocket knife.
A little tactical knife.
Yep.
So you can
Yeah.
bring it out to public.
Assisted open.
Yeah.
Yep. The Mexican.
The Mexican style.
Mexican
And
knows
flip
how to
it
work
over.
that
If you want to
knife.
get your shank
Yeah,
on.
whoa. And it has a lock on it.
Yep. So we're good. Let's do it.
So we're going to give that away to Steve Funderbook.
Who?
Steve,
Funderbook.
Steve, what was his name?
What's his last name?
Funderbook?
Ryan, do you know him?
No, I do not. But Steve, you were the
Funderbook.
name I picked out of the out of the list that was given. Scrolled through randomly and just closed my eyes and picked. And Steve, you're the winner here.
That was probably actually very, very good. You're very good at picking out winners.
Yeah, Steve Funderbuck.
Thank you. Yes,
Steve
I
Thunderbuck, congratulations.
Steve,
We'll shout you out
Get a hold
on
of us. Get a hold of us.
We'll shout you out on social, especially Facebook. We'll try to look you up on IG, but you didn't sign up for the IG, so good luck. And if you don't respond by the end of the week, which is this Saturday, then I'm sorry. You know?
That's it.
Hey, Steve.
We're going to run it again. Run it. All right, so we're here with Gary Hall from D&amp Custom Arrows, and he's joining us on the East Coast Bowhunting Podcast live, and we're here to talk to him so he can educate us on his story, his upbringing, and what he has to offer to the archery world. Welcome, Gary. How you doing, buddy?
We're doing good. How are you doing, guys?
We're doing real good.
Can't complain.
Cool,
right.
cool. Thanks for joining us on the show, man. That was really cool
No, happy to.
Hell yeah. From what I gather, you're on your lunch break, taking your time from the
Okay,
working
on
class.
break, yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's working class as it
is.
comes.
Working here, yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Thanks for making time for us, man. We really appreciate
No
that.
problem.
So let's start from scratch and bring us play by play. How'd you start? What drove you?
I think that, man, I've been doing this forever. My family has been in the archery industry for 70-something years now. I think if you counted all the years, starting from my grandfather.
Really?
We started making arrows in Colombia, and then we started we opened up a shop, Hall's Arrow, in Manchester. And then after that place has been there, my dad and I were there. Well, my dad was there for like 50-something years. He's been there forever. He left, and I left with him, and we started Andover Archery.
Oh, no kidding. So you grew up in Connecticut?
What's that?
Did you grow up in Connecticut?
Oh yeah. No. I grew up in Connecticut. So, and the funny thing is, a lot of people don't know this. So my Mark Hall, my father, is actually my stepfather. So I didn't really get introduced to archery until I was about 3. And then from there,
only 3 years old, so a late bloomer, right?
Only 3.
Yeah, only 3 years old.
Well, okay. Well, he's like, I remember. Yeah, I guess that's forever. And
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
It's in your blood.
And considering D-Rock has only started bow hunting last year. So.
Well, no, it's actually only started bow hunting
Whitetails. Sorry.
Whitetail, yeah.
But
okay.
But go ahead.
Sorry.
So yeah, so then Andover Archery took off, and things got crazy there, and we had a little small tragedy. My mother passed away about 5 years ago. So during that time, I had started D&amp. I had always made custom-made arrows, but when she passed away, the whole dynamic of the store changed, and I kind of left, and all for good reasons and what have you. And I started D&amp Custom Arrows, and it's just been it's gone insane since then. I crank out arrows all day long, and it just kind of stuck.
So how many arrows do you actually think that you crank out in a season?
Oh. I do not actually. I should probably someday do this and go and see how many I make in a year. And I don't have the time to count. So it's many.
It's that many, huh?
I mean, I go to a show in Pennsylvania at the end of July, and I sell about 22 dozen arrows in 3 days.
Wow. Holy moly.
Wow.
That's
so
insane.
I can move certain shows. I can crank out, a lot of stuff. So, and then like this time of year, I'm a 6-week. People have placed their Christmas orders now.
That's excellent.
So how far back ordered are you then?
6 weeks.
Wow.
Well, that's not too bad. Now, Gary, let me ask you this. Now, you will ship anywhere in the country too, right? Someone from Alaska can get a hold of you, and they want some custom arrows. You can get them for them.
I've shipped to Italy, Japan, Australia, all over the place.
That's awesome.
Excellent.
Yeah. That's crazy.
I got a family in Italy. They order 4 dozen arrows every February.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah, it's cheaper to ship them all at one time.
Heck yeah, I can relate there.
It sounds like someone like Trevor over there just launching arrows at everything.
So yeah. I'd love to know what they hunt out there. I should probably ask them.
Yeah.
Probably mountain goat. You know?
Who knows? Hey, I'll hunt that too.
That's
Yeah.
So what kind of animals have you hunted, Gary? I know that you have there's a vast variety of things that you've killed with a bow. Were they all trad kills or?
No. I started out. When you're a little kid in a pro shop and the compound bows are out there right now, it's like all you could do is dream about getting one of those fancy compound bows. So, for the first, few years of hunting, of course, being 12 and starting, you had to take every advantage you possibly could have, so you would use a compound bow. So I started with that. My first, 5 or 6 deer are all with a compound bow.
That's awesome.
In fact, the first traditional animal I killed was a boar at Wild Hill in Vermont.
Very cool.
Wow.
Very cool.
And I got hooked from that.
Off a bait or?
No, they use dogs.
Nice.
Wow. That's awesome.
It's a weird breed dog that they use for boar hunting.
That's
crazy.
badass. That is badass.
So what other so you're mostly just a traditional archer more than compound now?
After that, I don't know. I got hooked into it. My dad had always talked about, his first deer he ever shot was with a recurve, and I, for some reason that got me hooked. And I was like, oh, I'm going to try and outdo my dad. I'm going to shoot lots of different stuff with traditional gear. But then I got hooked.
That's
And
awesome.
I don't even remember, the exact moment that was like, I'm shooting traditional equipment. But I haven't owned a compound bow in 5 years.
Wow.
Really?
That is an awesome story, Gary.
I shoot them and tune them and play with them and, working in the archery shop and, I get my fill that way. But for some reason, I got a thing for longbows and recurves, man.
Cool. What was your last compound bow, actually?
The last... You know what? I think I had an Elite 35.
Hell yeah!
Team
Dude,
Elite.
That's what we're talking about.
Team Elite.
So I had an Elite 35, and I was really mad because I hated it.
Come on.
It was the all black one.
No, wait a minute. I hated it because it didn't fit me because I've got a 31.5-inch draw length, and the thing stopped at 31.
Oh, I
Yeah.
see.
Yeah, for our listeners, Gary's not a small gentleman.
No. Yeah.
So I was mad because I gave up my Elite Pure, which I loved that bow, and bought the new latest and greatest because I had to have it. And,
Right.
And ended up going, And then from there, I really was just like, I really just like my recurves, my longbows. I started getting to be friends with some of the bowyers that make bows, and through the custom arrow business, which is primarily traditional, you ended up making friends, and people will give you a bow to try and that sort of thing. So it's like I just got immersed in that end of the industry, and that was it.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Nice. So let's backtrack a little bit, actually. Your whole upbringing, obviously, it's a whole family of archery, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you guys have been in and out of the scene for almost a whole tradition of family, right?
Oh my God, yeah. I mean, my father has seen the come and goings of a compound bow. When he first started, there was no such thing.
That's crazy.
So he was there when the first one rolled through the pro shop.
Wow. And so what a
my aunt's a world champion. My uncle's a world champion. My dad's in the Guinness Book of World Records for something.
Really?
What's
He
that?
won't ever tell me what it is because he's a little too humble for that. You've met him.
What is it? What is it?
He's definitely
He doesn't know his dad
He's
didn't
a very
tell him.
humble man. Very humble man.
It's weird. It's like he was doing it was like field competition and the rules changed, and like the way the scoring system was, he had the highest score of all time at that point. And when they changed everything, you couldn't get that score or get to that whatever, point rating or whatever it was.
Yep.
And my grandmother was the one that really knows, and she passed away, 10 years ago or so. So
So no one actually knows.
Well,
Just
we
him.
do. We'd have to go, and you'd have to go like corner my dad and go, Dad, would you tell us what it was for? And he'll be like, I don't really remember. It wasn't really that big of a deal. It's only Guinness Book of World Records.
Yeah, sounds like Mark.
Oh yeah. You know.
But if you talk to him,
ask him, Dad, how many deer have you shot? I don't know. It's,
yeah,
2,000.
Yeah,
See, then we won't tell you.
yeah, exactly. And then you start talking to him, and you're like, so what'd you take this year? Oh, just a small 130 class. I'm like,
Yeah.
What? He goes, yeah, opening day 7:30. It comes out every single year, and I take it.
Yeah, it's insane. He's just a different type of person.
And
So.
yeah, I've learned so much from him growing up.
Well, you know what, guys? I'm gonna go ahead and crack this one towards your pops here.
Oh yeah,
Here's a Shabeen for Mark.
Hey, what do you think about Shabeen beer, Gary? I heard you're a fan of Shabeen beer, Gary.
I am a very big fan of Shabeen beer. Yes.
Tell us your thoughts.
I've had quite a bit of their stuff.
What's your favorite?
I think, and I don't know if you guys have had this one. I really did like the Alpaca Blanca.
Oh,
We got some right now.
We have some in the house. Yes.
Do you really?
Yeah.
That was a really good one. And when they redid I think it was the Hop Bullet or something.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Or Hop Bullet or Torpedo, something like that. I like that.
We call that the weed nugget.
Weed nugget. There you go. Yeah.
That's what we call it. I got the cranberry yum yum. That's the one I'm on right now. What do you
I
got?
love the names.
Ryan, what are you sipping on, Ryan?
You know I've got the John beer.
Ryan's on the John beer.
I did see that John beer, and I'm kind of I'm a big fan of those Irish pale ales. And I was
they're
like, ooh,
delicious.
that sounds good.
Yeah, we have endless supply of those.
And now, D-Rock, am I correct that you told me that this beer is no longer going to be sold because it's seasonal? So get your John beer while you can.
I think there's actually one 4-pack left of John beer in the brewery.
So
Whoa.
yeah, so you're out of luck. If no one, so our listeners.
That's crazy.
So Gary, I'll have to drop some off to you so you can try it.
All
But
right,
for our
that sounds
listeners, go get that John beer. Hurry up.
I'm not scared.
1 4-pack left. Go get it.
Yo, Gary, if you're not doing anything this Wednesday, my buddy Rich Visco at Shabeen Brewing, the owner, the head master brewer, he's actually throwing a Friendsgiving party at Shabeen. You're more than welcome to come down. And I got your beers all night,
That
man.
would be a ton of fun.
Yeah.
I am most likely going to be here, and then I've got a really good friend. My elk hunting guide is coming in for the Thanksgiving weekend, so
Oh, that's
like-
There you
awesome.
go.
take care of him.
So you have a big trip coming up and planned?
I have, yeah, I do actually. I have because I was planning on doing this I was supposed to be there this September, this past
Right.
September.
During
I broke my knee
during
in
elk
October.
rut, right?
So I had to cancel that and a bear hunt. That was
Okay.
heartbreaking.
Oh, because your knee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was in crutches and wheelchairs and you name it.
Yeah, that was bad.
Last year was the first year in a long, long time that I didn't get time in the woods and go hunting. It was that bad.
Wow.
Did you get depressed?
Oh my God! First year that came by this season, I was like, I don't care what it is.
Exactly.
I'm shooting it, and I have no meat in the freezer.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So yeah, first thing that came by was done.
Are you doing it with a traditional bow, or are you going to do it with a compound?
Oh no, I've already got one down with a recurve.
The trad
Wonderful.
life.
Wonderful.
So this will be your second elk down if you get one with a
Oh
trad?
no! My second. That was my. Well, no, I mean this is the first deer of this year that I shot with a recurve.
Yeah, he's talking about whitetail.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm saying your elk
No, I
trip.
didn't go next. So I'm going next September to Idaho with my buddy Dave.
Oh, nice.
And you're
Awesome.
taking a longbow?
Oh yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yo.
That's
what's up.
awesome.
That is badass. Hashtag badassery right there.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
That is
I
bad.
mean,
cool.
I'm really shortening up my chances here. I mean, I just can't. I don't know what it is. Every trip I planned, it's based around traditional gear.
So
And then I can outdo my dad because my dad's never shot an elk, let alone shot one with a recurve or a longbow.
Nah,
That's
nah, nah,
awesome.
nah,
Oh, yeah, I gotta rub that in his face. Oh,
That's
that's
awesome.
awesome.
Now, Gary, I got a question for you, Gary. How far do you feel comfortable shooting elk with that bow of yours?
Oh, it's funny because Dave and I were just talking about that today, and I was asking him. I said, well, what's the closest you ever shot an elk with? This kid's got like 5 giant bulls under his belt, and he goes, one of them was like 14 yards.
Oh,
man. He goes, yeah, but the other ones were like 40 and 30.
With a traditional bow.
With a bow. Yep,
Wow.
all with a bow for this guy.
Wow.
But are any of them with the long bow, or they're all with a compound?
He just started picking up the longbow last year. In fact, he's got one of mine. He's actually going to take it to Australia first and go hunting there. He's coming up here Thanksgiving weekend. Then he's going to Australia to go hunting with it, and then we're going to go to Idaho for elk.
Wow,
That's awesome.
That's insane.
Hey, Gary, let's take this time to cut into your business and what you do, what your passion is, and what your specialty is. Obviously, you live the trad life. Tell us about your product.
I make fully custom arrows. Anything that's out there, for the most part, I can get and I can use. So there's a lot of guys that want to use, still are into the cedar or the Douglas fir. There's guys who still shoot aluminum. And then, of course, the carbon arrow thing is just crazy. I mean, I can take any one of those arrows and I hand dip everything. I have a little lathe that I use that spins the arrow, and I hand crest everything. And then I can, apply the feathers, so I can do the splicing and change the colors, so you can have like a white top with a blue stripe and a yellow bottom if you want it. In any shape, size, color, if you can think it, I can do it.
That's badass. So another form of artwork, so to speak.
Yeah. No, I tried it. Yeah, it's definitely an art form for sure.
So would you call yourself like the Van Gogh of the industry, the trad life industry, or would you be so daring to be like, nah, motherfucker, I'm the Michelangelo,
I think there's a lot of guys out there that are just as good as me and do some cool stuff, and they don't even do a business end of things. So I've seen some insane arrow work that I would love to be able to do. So there are Van Goghs and Picassos and you name it out there. I can't put myself there yet.
You're a humble dude, man. I was looking at your pages on social media, and especially what stood out to me most is Instagram. You had some killer designs there. I was like, "Ooh, look at this!" Like, it made it move a little, like it tingled. Yeah.
Not even you should see just some of his regular compound arrows.
Oh, they're killer stuff.
Are you kidding me?
Trevor and I both shoot his custom arrows. They're incredible. I mean, I shot multiple deer with the same arrows every time.
Oh,
nice.
They're incredible products. So check them out. I mean, he does everything from feathers to the little tiny blazer vanes, anything you want with the special colors, anything you want. They're incredible. Any blank you want, they're good stuff. So
right. So Gary, let me ask you something. What do you make most of? Like what is your main arrow? What arrow do you make most of?
Believe it or not, probably the best selling arrow, the one I make the most, is the Full Metal Jacket.
Really? Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Everyone's all over that.
Popular arrow.
Right.
If I build a set of those and stick them up online that are stock, it'll last an hour.
Really?
Everybody likes the Full Metal Jacket. That's
awesome.
A really popular one. And then I'd probably say like like a gold tip traditional, something with some wood grain to it. So that's a carbon arrow with a wood grain finish. So it looks like wood.
Right.
Trad guys eat those up. So you get those two. Anything comes out that's like a limited edition, like Easton did that with the Full Metal Jackets. I mean, the phone just starts ringing. And,
that's crazy.
And I'm waiting. Easton's line should be coming out any day, and the public will know. And it's like if they put anything in there that's gnarly and different, the phone just starts ringing.
That's awesome.
Right on. That's badass.
Even some of the inexpensive arrows too. I mean, like your ICS Hunter, which is a great arrow, absolutely great arrow for the money. And there's guys out there on a budget, and they'll eat those up too.
You hear that, newbies? Jump on it.
Yeah.
Oh, they're a great arrow. Absolutely.
You got to start from somewhere, right, Gary?
We've all shot them.
That was my first set that Gary made for me. I wanted a whole shot, and it was the white, red, and black. Remember the whole shot, Gary?
I remember the whole shot. That's awesome.
It was pretty fun.
So Gary, what you're telling us basically is you're kind of like the diamond in the rough in Connecticut. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
You know,
Sure.
the unsung hero, and that's what we're here for. I mean, more people need to know about you and your business and what you're about. Because
Yeah, sure.
obviously, I mean, you like you said so yourself. You put the full metal jackets that you make, put them online, they sell out like crazy.
Yeah, that's a very popular one, and I don't do enough of the compound industry where I do the blazer veins. I know I should, and that's something I definitely would like to start attacking a little bit more and advertising. So that'll be up on Instagram before too long.
I know.
Some of the other veins out there, the other designs. I've got some ideas for something that'll be kind of fun. So
That's awesome.
What is your Instagram name? Where can people find you?
Geez, I have to look that up.
Hang on,
it's one of those things like what's.
You know what?
Yeah.
I got it right here. Actually, it's DM Custom Arrows, just like it sounds. DM Custom Arrows. Search it. It's just pictures of all of his beautiful artwork of these arrows. Literally anything you want, he's gonna make it for you. He's your guy.
Yeah.
You want to trust that arrow every time you knock it onto your bowstring, and you know that it's gonna do the job. You give D&M Custom Arrows a call, and they're gonna take care of you.
He just made up that. I just got that set of hexes. I can't wait to. I did. Did I kill a deer with one? No, I have not.
No, you've shot at a lot of things with him, but you've lost. He's lost 4 of them already.
One of them bloodied up.
Yeah, I shot a pheasant, but
he lost twice.
That counts.
Twice.
Yeah, I shot twice.
He lost 4 arrows so far, but he's still got 8 left.
No.
Hey Gary,
Oh,
what?
you, Ryan, I know you've got some. You get those bloody yet?
Oh, dude, I've had those for 2 years now. I've gotten multiple arrows bloody at the same time. I'm down to 3, so I'm gonna be getting a hold of you this winter. I'm only down to 3 now, so
we'll get you some more ammo.
I actually had 1 arrow from Gary that I had tally marks on the vein for how many deer I was shooting. I was up to 5, and then
that's awesome.
And then
awesome. Right.
So I had tally mark of 5, and I shot at a turkey that was in my yard. Of course, it was turkey season. They come through my yard out of another field into my fields, and I had to take a whack at one, and I buried into the ground. I couldn't find it. I was devastated at that because I just wanted to keep that going, but no. But I'm due. I need new set.
That's awesome.
So yeah, I mean Gary, East Coast Bowhunting Podcast is going to be at the Mohegan Sun Expo Center for the Connecticut Outdoor Expo. You going to that at all, or no? You kind of.
Whoa! I didn't even know it was at the Mohegan Sun.
Oh
yeah.
This is a new one.
New.
It is new.
Oh.
Yeah.
This isn't the normal outdoor.
Like at the
Expo.
Hartford Center, yeah.
It's not them. It's actually somebody new who's gonna start one. They're doing a whole East Coast one. Northeast one because they're doing Maine, New Hampshire, and Connecticut.
Yeah, it's in New England. Yeah.
Yeah. So they're gonna have
God.
one.
Yeah, I will be at that.
Yeah.
I'll come check that out.
I'll get you the info so that you have it. But they're gonna have one
Absolutely.
at Mohegan Sun. I guess this thing is gonna be absolutely
It's gonna be popping.
huge.
When is it?
February
March.
Oh, yeah,
February.
plenty
No,
of time.
February
Okay.
15, 16, and 17.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we're
You know
signed
what?
up, ready to go. So, you know what? If you get us some stuff that you want us to promote for you, we'll be more than glad to do so.
Well, if he's
I
gonna
think
be
we
there.
should do
Yeah, he's gonna be there.
A compound fancy set of arrows
Ooh.
with the the East Coast bow hunting colors.
That would
What?
be sick. And actually, we have the Whalers colors. If anybody hasn't noticed that,
Yeah,
our
Connecticut-
colors are
that's
the
true.
Whalers colors.
Connecticut Whalers, yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
Whalers.
Hartford Whalers.
Bring back the Whalers.
We're
Yeah.
gonna try.
Yep.
Hey, man, Connecticut's missing something. We need more than a professional women's basketball team. You know what I mean?
So I guess that's what I'm gonna be going with my next set of arrows then, huh? Is the ECB
I guess you're
colors
gonna have
here?
to.
Oh, we want strings too, don't we? We're gonna get
Yeah.
hands up for strings. Yeah.
Wow,
Oh yeah.
Ryan the porn
We
star is
can
getting
make that
greedy
match,
as
man.
usual.
No.
Make that perfectly match.
Yeah, I've got the old Z28. She's ready for some new cables and strings, so I might as well get some cool stuff going on.
Hey, you got to look pretty doing it.
That's
That's
right.
right.
Yeah.
And that's why we call you.
Yeah.
You heard it first
Absolutely.
here on live.
Absolutely.
Heard it first here on live. D&M Custom gonna make some East Coast bow hunting arrows.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. But no, actually, you know what? We'll probably just make it so that we can be next to each other in the show. Gary.
right.
Well,
Make it right.
I don't know if I'll actually go and have a booth there or what have you.
Yeah, but hit us up though. We'll be there.
We'll put a banner up.
I'll be spread thin because that would be my 4th show, and it's hard to build enough arrows to bring to a show. Like when I do that one in Pennsylvania,
Yep.
I start in February building.
Yeah, the
Wow.
Harrisburg
I'll
one.
take some arrows and believe it or not, I'll build them and put them aside
Wow.
for a
No.
show. And if I put them, because if I put them online, they'll be sold. Or if somebody calls up and they're looking for that exact thing, I might go, okay.
Sold.
But for the most part, I keep show arrows and orders separate.
Right.
Wow.
Wow.
Right.
And how many dozen arrows do you bring with you?
Like I brought 22.
Wow.
Oh, and you sold. Okay, all right.
Like you said earlier.
yeah. Well, you said
He
you
just
sold
kills it.
22, but
Right.
Arrows
Oh,
in
how
2
many did he
days
bring? Right.
In a 4-day show.
Selling out.
Wow, 22 dozen arrows.
You hear that? Selling out when he goes to the show. That's crazy.
That was probably that was the most I ever sold, and the biggest compliment I have ever had for arrows was to see that happen, because I after going to that show for the last 5 years, to have people come and see me first because they know they're going to be gone if they don't stop by day one was just overwhelmingly awesome to me. That was fantastic.
Awesome.
That's
and
crazy.
then I had like one of my idol heroes there, and he swings in to be one of the first ones to pick up a set of arrows.
Who's that?
That show was insane.
Who is that? Who's one of your heroes there?
Mike Minton.
Oh, no
Wow.
kidding. That's
Yeah.
badass.
Who's your second hero?
It ain't you, Trev. Is FT wondering?
What's that?
My second archery hero?
Yeah.
This is guy Trevor.
Yeah. See, I told you.
Yeah,
No,
right.
I know
Yeah,
who
right.
it's definitely got to be the Winslow brothers.
Gene and Barry are pretty cool. They're, and I know Gene a little bit more than I know Barry, just because we did that seminar together. I mean, Gene is just, oh God, he's a living legend as far as I'm concerned. But yeah, all of them. I grew up with the Brothers of the Bow, that whole website. But there's a lot of other guys out there too. Fred, if you're a bow hunter and you don't know who Fred Bear is, there's something wrong with you.
Right. Exactly.
Right?
He's always been one of my big heroes. My dad got
It's,
to
so to
hunt
speak,
with him
the
once.
Bear
It's
Essentials.
kind of hard for him not to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Your dad actually hunted with Fred Bear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had a
Oh,
he
see,
got an
so
opportunity to go up to the Michigan and the Proving Grounds and go hunt with Fred. Fred, and I think Ted Nugent was there.
right. That's awesome. Two very big heroes.
To Fred Bear right here. This beer is for you,
Yeah.
Fred.
Cheers to you.
Thank you, Fred.
And you have to, if you're going to be a bow hunter, you got to know a little bit about Fred Bear. It's like a prerequisite to bow hunting. And
Right.
it's funny because I've taught classes, bow hunter safety classes, and I'm looking at the class of 30 people, and I go, who knows who Fred Bear is? And you'll get like 2 people that raise their hand,
Right.
and I'm shocked.
Oh.
It's like, wow, this generation really doesn't know the old school guys.
Yeah, like Fred Bear or Saxton or Ishii, like all of them. The originals.
Absolutely, yeah. I think that's Glenn St. Charles. That was Fred Bear's buddy.
Right, going way
there's
back.
Stories. The book Bows in a Little Delta is a prerequisite to bow hunting. You should read that if you haven't. It's amazing.
I agree.
These are the first guys to ever go off to do bow hunts in Alaska or in everybody used a gun. Bow hunting was just not that popular.
That's
It's
crazy.
just in the last 20 years it's gotten to the point where it is now, where it's insane.
Right,
You
right.
know?
We're going back to the survivalistic, the apocalypse. So,
There you go.
once we run out of ammo, we could always make more arrows, and we hit up Gary Hall.
Yeah, we're gonna be calling.
Gary, where are you? Where are you? We need arrows.
I got a pile full of sticks. Can you make me some arrows?
Right.
Right.
A little stockpile for people.
Yeah.
Hey, Gary. Just in case, shameless plug right here. If you ever need a big game scored that you want to enter to the books for Pope and Young, just hit me up. I'm the only official measure in Connecticut.
The last couple of podcasts, I heard that you were doing some scoring.
Right. It's actually getting a little insane now because I'm the only one left in Connecticut, so I'm getting phone calls left and right, and it's quite honestly like I'm all for it, and I love it. It's my passion, and even
Cool.
just to even be exploited to it, but it's getting a little overwhelming at this time of year. You know what I mean? Everyone wants their shit
I'm
scored.
sure you're getting phone calls left and right.
But I got you, though. I got you.
Don't worry, Gary.
You go to the front of the
If I
line.
get something big, I'll let you know. Trevor's got my last big one there.
That's right.
It's probably take you all 10 minutes to measure that.
I was gonna say that one's ready for the books. It's a trad kill.
The books, man.
That's what I'm saying. That's more respected, especially trad kill.
It's a longbow kill. How can it not be respected?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that was cool. That was actually with a longbow that a buddy of mine made for me. So that's why that one's getting done. It's just a little extra special.
So how many longbows do you actually have?
I'm afraid to say that because my wife might listen to this.
She might be listening.
I don't. To be honest with you, I swear I'd have to be downstairs in the man room and count them. there's
the man cave.
I always go, oh yeah, then there was that one too.
Right. That's funny.
I've got stuff like from old customers that have passed away from Hall's Arrow, antique stuff, but like stuff that I use, and it's hard to do this because I want to shoot them all. But you got to try and limit yourself to that one for the season or maybe two for the season and just kind of be with the bow and shoot that bow. So I'm only using really 2 at the moment. So there's maybe a dozen.
Wow.
Baker's dozen down there.
Wow. Yeah.
Baker's dozen.
That's a nice collection. That's a nice collection.
I don't know. I'd have to go and count them. And a lot of them are like, a friend of mine builds me one. So he'll do things like we went to Canada and did a bear hunt. So I'm like, well, you got to make me a bear bow.
Yeah,
so,
of course, right?
So we made a bow for the bear hunt, that sort of thing. So.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit, what's going on?
Uh-oh.
Hey, Gary, you made it to our favorite section of the show.
Oh, no.
What rattles your antlers? What is the one thing when you're in the woods doing your thing or anything hunting related that rattles your antlers? What bothers you the most? What rattles your antlers, Gary Hall?
At the moment, I think the thing that bothers me the most is having someone that doesn't belong on the property you hunt walk through.
Wow.
Trespassers.
Trespassers.
And I've got this one piece that drives me nuts because it's a parcel that someone had bought up, and it's about 9 acres, and it's in this beautiful spot. But it butts up a piece of state land that had a walking trail through it.
Oh, okay.
So it never stopped.
Yeah.
But it ends up in someone else's backyard where the kids playing a playscape. So these people walk up and down, and then they land up in someone's backyard.
That's crazy.
And I've done things like put signs up, and big tree branches over to the path, so it looks like it's closed off, and the sign says private property. They
Doesn't
walk
work.
right around it.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
That's
crazy.
crazy.
It's a dead end. Where are you going?
Yeah.
And they're far enough away, so I don't, whatever. They aren't really bothering the deer, but it's, when you're sitting there and you're having your peaceful, quiet moment, you're in touch with nature and all that good stuff, and things are great, and deer are going to come out any minute. That's when they choose to walk through.
Every time.
Every single time.
It's either 7 a.m. or 4 p.m. they were coming through.
It's actually kind of funny is actually the other day I had some hikers come behind me and they're like, oh, sorry.
All
and then,
loud and shit.
Oh,
right?
they saw
with
him.
their fucking dogs, and then they go by and they're like, he's not gonna see anything, and I'm like, I just want to stick one in between their shoulder blades. Like, here, I fucking saw one.
Well, Trev, what did they do? They pushed a deer out to
They
you.
did push a deer out to me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I've had a guy stop on I was sitting on the edge of an old logging road, and there's a run going right straight across this thing. It's like I know deer are walking right through here, and this dude comes riding down on his mountain bike, and he sees me, and I'm on the ground, and he actually stops and he goes, "What are you doing?"
No way.
Really?
I was hunting.
I don't know. I'm holding
like,
a
my
fucking
God,
bow.
sorry. He was actually sorry about it, but he's like, "You can hunt here?" And it was funny because I think he was a little scared, and he just turned around and went the other direction.
That's pretty cool because you know what? Connecticut slowly but surely is coming around. The shout out to CTDEP because they're doing a really good job to spread the knowledge And, you know, everyone has mixed feelings, but honestly, here in Connecticut, it used to be once frowned upon, and now you see it more and more, especially with this quote-unquote apocalyptic era. We're going through the motions, and people get it now. I mean, even vegans, you know, they're going to be vegans all their life. They don't hate on us.
I think there's a lot of help being done by social media, too.
Absolutely.
I mean, you're still going to get those people that just are anti, and there's nothing you can do about it. But
Right.
but you're able to show people that, hey, we're not just out there shooting the first thing we see, cutting its antlers off and leaving.
Right.
Right.
You know, you got a lot of guys out there that are promoting. We eat it. They're writing books about it. Social media has helped out big time in that way too. So,
Absolutely.
but I agree with you. I think people are starting to come around a little bit, and they're accepting of it a little bit more so than years ago. You know?
Agreed.
Right.
Agreed.
And going back to your Rattle of the Antlers, is that some states have actually made laws to they have to wear orange while being in. They're holding the non-hunters kind of responsible, and you will get a ticket for not wearing that orange.
Yeah,
As
for
they
hiking
should.
without the blaze.
As they
Yeah.
should.
Yeah.
As they should.
If
Absolutely.
you're not daylighting, I mean, it's
It's safety
Exactly.
first.
Absolutely.
We don't go out there without orange on. It's safety first. You want the hikers and their dogs. I see, you know, one of the state land pieces that we hunt, people, they put their dogs on, you know, they put orange vests in their dogs. That's a great idea.
Yeah, but Trev's bloopers might show you otherwise. But we won't talk about that right now. We won't talk about that right now.
Well, see, you know, my thing too is that, and I'll play the devil's advocate. I feel like as a bow hunter, we should not have to wear orange.
correct.
Well, you don't want you in the
why,
tree.
Why would
I
you?
should be able to technically dress in a deer costume, walk through the woods, and the bow hunter should know. Oh, that's a dude in a deer costume, not a
Right.
deer.
Correct.
Right, you shooting a
But
deer at
is that
40
the
yards.
is that the safest thing you want to do?
No, but they
mean,
should.
Oh, I know.
would never
I
do
get-
that.
I get
You know
your
what I'm
point,
saying?
though.
It's like in safety orange to me. I mean, I had a lady stop me one day when it was Saturday, and she was totally off on her day, and I'm wearing safety orange, so she totally associated that with hunting. And she says, "There's no hunting on Sunday." And I go, "Yeah, I know. Today's Saturday."
Yeah. What was she drunk?
She was shocked, you know. But I'm like,
Yeah.
the only reason why you're stopping me is because I'm wearing orange.
Right.
Because it's because that's what she's associating orange to is hunting, and it's like no. It's first off, it's bow hunting. It's different, and I'm glad they let us take the orange off, so we're not an orange blob in the middle of the woods, 10 feet up a tree.
Yeah,
But,
no one-
at
no one
the
wants to
same
be a
time, I wish I
jack-o'-lantern.
didn't have to wear that because they associate that with hunting
Right.
or gun hunting,
True.
and I'm
Guns.
not a gun hunter.
Guns.
I'm a bow hunter.
Right.
That's right.
Totally different animal.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's why the new law is pretty cool, though. I mean, or well, not that new, but you just wear the blaze to your tree, and once you're 10 feet and above, you're good.
Right.
Right. Take it
You
off.
know? Yeah.
Right.
I actually leave my orange at the base of the tree.
Ah, you sound like that guy on opening day that snuck in on you there.
Yeah, but I'm doing it during gun season. He's doing it opening day. What the fuck?
Bow season.
Douchebag.
I take mine and kind of flag it out of my backpack just because.
I don't.
You know what I'm saying? I don't
Once
know. It's
I'm in
just my
that tree, I
thing.
take that
Yeah.
thing off.
Yeah.
You know,
We
it's
all
just a
have our
safety
quirks.
thing. So what's your thoughts on this new grunt call, Gary?
The one you guys have got being made?
Yeah.
The nor'easter
I
grunt
thought it
call?
was pretty cool. I thought
Blood
because
Series.
I went on his website and I looked at his stuff. You guys looked like you were having a blast, or sounded like you were having a blast with these guys at deer camp.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah.
wasn't
Oh,
invited.
yeah.
I don't know.
It was
but,
good.
Next year, Gary.
No, I'm looking forward to it. The funny thing is I was just looking at, and because everything I do is custom. So
Right.
now, whenever I want something,
You want to
I
custom.
know the quality that I'm producing, so I want the same thing. So I'll
Right.
look for, let's see, who's got the best clothing right now? I want something a little bit more custom if I can get it, or backpacks, or my bow. My bow
Right.
is insanely custom. So I needed a grunt call, and I started looking at grunt calls, and then listening to your podcast, I'm going to call up that guy and get one. It
Yeah.
looks like he does a really nice job.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
I'll tell you what. I've spent probably 7 days with him in deer camp overall, and I'll tell you what, he is an artist in his own.
He is.
He's like yourself, you
Just
know.
like
he's
you, yeah.
Exactly.
Same top-notch quality.
Yeah, the Picasso of the outdoor industry, like yourself, making the custom arrows and everything like that, and putting the fletchings together. He's like that with knives, with his calls,
Pens,
He, I know,
everything.
I know, even
and
pens.
Pens.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's one of those things like you talking to him and you're like, hey, I have this idea, and then he he just has it in his mind and it clicks, and I'll be like, dude, you should mass produce these things, and he's like, but that wouldn't be any fun for me.
Right.
I have to do it one at a time, like
And he'd
like
lose
yourself.
love. Yeah,
like
yeah.
yourself.
I'm the same exact way. I do not like making the same set of arrows over and over and over again for a guy. I want to make them different. You know, every season I want you to have something new that only you have. And
Right.
I think what he's doing is the same exact thing.
Exactly, and to me that's art. That's not a business of just selling and making. That, I mean, every blood, sweat, and tear goes into that. You know.
Yeah, it's not. I don't look at mine as work, and I don't think he does either.
No.
Otherwise, he'd have the same call mass producing to 40 of them out there.
Yeah, he'll get a
Okay, there's
machine to
one
make
left in
them, or
stock,
some
you know?
Mexicans like me, you know.
He's not interested in that. Like when he had came down and made grunt calls for us. One of them was zebra wood. The other one was Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Same like you.
Yeah.
If you were to come to deer camp and bring 5 dozen arrows, the 5 dozen wouldn't be the same color.
Right.
No.
You
No,
know-
I mean, I'd go so far as even the cresting on the arrow is different. Even if you said, hey, I want the same exact arrows maybe last year, the cresting is going to be a little bit different. You're going to get something different. So these can be your 2019 arrows or
That's
whatever
what-
it is.
that's
You
what
know,
makes it
every
custom.
arrow is different and unique.
Hell yeah, custom and better every year, right? Like fine wine.
Absolutely.
Like fine wine.
I can't wait to order my 2019 arrows.
Yeah.
I just got 3 more to lose, and then I'm in.
Amen.
We still got some season left, man. You got to get to work.
I
Hell
know.
yeah. We're
Well,
getting out
that's
there.
the thing is I got to make my 3 arrows last. I can't re-sight in my bow with new arrows and stuff right now, so I got to make my 3 arrows last the rest of the season. Then I'll be hitting you up in the winter.
Right.
All right. Yeah,
Hey.
and who knows? I'm gonna have the new stuff out before too long. I mean, you're seeing it now. All the new bows are out. It's the same thing with the arrows.
So new
Most
stuff.
guys get hot and bothered about the bow, the new latest Prime or Matthews or Hoyt or whatever. You know.
Gary,
I can't-
don't you make
I'm
me buy a
drooling
new
at the
bow.
mouth going to wonder what's going to be next for arrows.
Yeah. Right.
So what is
You know.
next? Can you talk about that a little bit? Or, can we get the deets, like the intel?
I mean, I know a few things.
Yeah.
Can you share that a little bit? I mean,
I'm pretty sure Easton is coming out with a matched set full metal jacket.
Whoa.
fuck yeah.
So you can get your arrows. They're like perfectly spined and perfectly weighted to be within, let's say, a grain.
Wow.
So they were doing that with the Axis arrows
Yep.
this year. I think that was their first attempt with it. I know Victory has got an arrow right now that they had last year, but I think they've improved on it, and it's got a stainless steel weave going through the carbon.
Whoa.
They're killing
So
it
that-
right now, actually.
Yeah,
Victory
that's
is
gonna
killing
be
it right
heavy.
now. Yep. That's crazy.
My new favorite arrow right now is the Grizzly Stick.
Never
And
heard
that
of it.
is a tapered, carbon woven tapered arrow.
What?
Whoa.
So
That
your
is sick.
inside diameter of your arrow is one size. It's the same size as like your Easton injection. It's that real skinny arrow.
Oh, okay. Okay. So it shoots fast then.
Well, no. It's
No,
actually
because
real
it's
heavy.
bigger.
Oh,
What it does
okay.
is they-
Okay.
they
See,
taper
asking
from
the right
from
questions.
the point end, and it starts out, the inside diameter is thin, so it's small, but then it starts out like your standard size carbon arrow.
Okay.
So it's got a real thick front wall and tapers all the way down to the knock end to what they call like a G knock or a .166. So it's really thin.
Nice.
And that tapered design, I can't even tell you how well they fly. It's insane.
How do I get me some of these,
Is
Gary?
that a card? but is that a compound or is that a traditional?
It's who you can shoot them out of anything, man.
Really?
So how do we get our
Compound
hands
guys
on
use them.
some?
Here's the bad thing. It's not a bad thing. It sucks for some people, but they're for 6 shafts, they're $130.
Wow, that's a price for a dozen. That's
It's a really expensive.
That's a price for a
process
dozen.
to do that particular type of arrow.
Wow.
Damn.
So when you get a dozen arrows, you're like, you're $350.
Wow.
All right, so Gary, I don't know if you caught this earlier. I asked that question on purpose because of the design of this tapered end. Obviously, what's that remind you of? Going back as a little kid. Maybe we're a little younger than you, but I'm not too sure. But what does that remind you of? The tapered arrow.
The tapered arrow?
Yeah, something that flies a long distance. The Nerf screamer,
Nerf
right?
football?
Nerf
Nerf
football
football?
screamer.
Yeah, what's
Were you
up?
around for the Nerf?
Yeah,
I'm trying to figure out what you were
I'm just saying, you remember the old school Nerf football, how it was a screamer and it was tapered towards the end?
Oh, yeah.
It had the wings and everything and it screamed as you threw it? That's the same concept.
This is not a screamer. But it definitely, it moves. That's what I shot my buck with this year.
Nice.
I shot this deer at 8 yards. I went through the shoulder blade and lodged into the opposite shoulder blade, no lie, with a 48-pound longbow.
Wow.
Hell yeah.
We
That's
all
some kinetic
we all
energy.
do love a screamer though.
It's all about the
We all do
screamer.
love a screamer.
The porn star. He's gotta say something.
The porn star, he's got his screamer. So.
Now I know why they call you that.
Yeah,
You see how it comes from?
Hey, on that note, Gary, man, one more time, let's tell our listeners where they can find you so we can wrap this up. You've been awesome, man. Great stories. We got to touch base on who you are, what you bring to the table, and definitely we're going to have to podcast again, man.
Yeah, I don't think this is the last time we're gonna get
No.
together.
Definitely
I'm
not.
happy to come on anytime, guys. Absolutely.
So where can we find you?
I would really love to make a set of arrows that are with your colors and what have you. I don't know. You guys can raffle them off or do something cool with them. But we could put something together fun.
That would be awesome,
I
Gary.
really think that you're donating your tree stand safety harness. I thought that was freaking awesome, and I'm like, I want to do something to help out. So I'll do something with some arrows with you guys, and we can talk about this later. But we should definitely make something with your colors.
Oh, we appreciate that, Gary. That's awesome, man.
Very
Hell
awesome.
yeah.
Gary.
Thank you so much.
You're a very
No
humble
problem.
dude, Gary. Where can we find you?
You can always go. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Facebook. It's D&M Custom Arrows. My website is www.dmarrows.com, and anybody can get a hold of me through those. Phone numbers are on there. Emails are on there. Anybody wants to place an order or just plain old has some questions, call me up.
That's
Hell
awesome.
yeah. So on
Awesome.
that note, let's go around the table. Everyone say something cool. So let's start with porn star Ryan. Say something cool. Something cool.
What do you think
Something
about cool?
positive,
There's
something cool.
Yeah, this is an awesome episode with Gary Hall. Say something cool.
We're fucking mid right here. It's podcast Monday. We hunted all day. We're having a damn good time drinking Shabeen. What's up?
All right, fair enough. Trev,
We're
something
having a
cool.
good time drinking Shabeen.
Well, Gary's at work. Don't worry, Gary. I got you. I'm gonna stop by with some John beer. But something cool to end this on. I'd have to say I can't thank Gary enough for coming out and doing this. This is awesome. Me and Gary have been friends for a decent amount of time. He's done a lot for me. But this is definitely above and beyond. And I can't thank you enough, Gary.
Hell yeah.
God, no, thank you.
That's
This
a
was
positive.
awesome.
Hell yeah. What I got to bring to the table is the knowledge I learned on this episode alone. Gary, you're full of knowledge, and you definitely have the history and the track record to show for it. Thank you for coming on the show. Gary, something cool to send us off. What do you got?
I hope you guys have an awesome Thanksgiving, and I hope you're out and about because it's going to get damn cold, and I know they like to move during that weather. So put your little extra mittens and booties on. Day after Thanksgiving is going to be cold.
Hey,
That's what's up.
so you've been listening to our podcast.
Yeah, let them know.
And I want to know if you've been paying attention. So
Send
on the
us
end
off.
of this, if we stay stepping, you stay.
Slaying.